a knock that's going to open up a new experience. At this year's MWC, we want you to knock and discover tomorrow. But what exactly does that mean? Well, tomorrow is set to bring changes that we can only begin to imagine. For LG, this means studying the latest trends, innovations in the world of smartphone and more. And whilst a number of trends have triggered these buzzwords, which we at LG, of course, will continue to research and investigate, today we'd like to focus on just 4 key areas. Security, for the data stored on your smartphone, flexible design and the benefits this brings, the trend towards big screen, and personalised propositions, which are driving proliferation in form factors and more. But this is not just rhetoric. I would like to introduce today a suite of new LG products and innovations that exemplify each of these key themes. First of all, let's talk about security. Given that your smartphone is personal to you, it's inevitable that it will contain a large amount of personal data. Therefore, it requires a security measure that's both simple yet effective. At LG, we wanted to develop a feature that helped to secure the data in your smartphone, whilst also being fun and easy to use. So we went back to our key philosophy of learning from you. We looked again at how people use their phones, their habits, in order to find the best way to help people keep their personal information safe. And our findings are interesting, but perhaps not surprising. Smartphones are such an integral part of our everyday lives that we are constantly checking them. And that means that we are unlocking them, according to our studies, up to 110 times per day. That's once every 6 or 7 minutes. That's why we introduced the knock-on feature first with G2. Just 2 simple knocks to wake up your phone, and you can turn it off in the same way. Intuitive, yet also playful. And knock-on soon became a highlight feature in G2. It was praised in almost every review. So we took this on board. We included it first, the knock-on feature, that is, in our G Flex and G Pad models, followed recently by expansion to our even most mainstream models, including the popular L series 3G smartphones. So knock-on users tell us all the same thing. Once they start using this feature, they quickly become knockaholics. Let's hear what just a couple of them have to say about the feature.
My phone sits on the desk quite a lot. It's really easy just to knock it. I can see any messages, any missed calls without even having to pick the phone.
It wasn't the main reason I got the phone, but after a few days of having it, this became second nature.
I mean, basically, the whole experience is like a big on-off button.
It's an obvious idea. You just tap your screen and it wakes your phone up. It's so easy.
Simple and smart at the same time.
It's so much easier. Makes perfect sense.
It's just one small feature, but it's really changed how I use my phone. In fact, I'll finish it.
And I tried to turn my husband's phone on the same way. Didn't work.
Just wonder if there's any easy way that I can tap onto my home screen.
I want to be able to wake my phone up in a way that's unique to me.
Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to do even more with my phone this way.
Now that I'm able to turn the phone on and off just by knocking on the screen, what's next?
Indeed. What's next? Well, knock-on was never the end point. And today, just 6 months after its first launch, we want to present the next generation of knock-on and introduce it as knock code from LG. Put simply, knock code combines the wake-up features of knock-on with your unique and secure unlock code. You just tap out your 2 to 8 knock combination anywhere on the screen, a bit like tapping out a tune on a tabletop. And with over 80,000 possible knock patterns, you can be confident that knock code will provide greater security than standard 4-digit passcode unlocks. And knock code really builds on the features of knock-on, the convenience, the fun, and adds the peace of mind of knowing that the personal information in your phone is secure. Furthermore, we're not only introducing knock code in our 2014 flagship phones. We will bring this additional security and convenience to all of our models launching this year. Next up, I'd like to explain how flexible design, big screen, and personalised propositions are brought to life in our 2014 lineup. That's best explained by looking at our growing family of G-series models. G-series delivers exciting user experiences and the best of LG to meet the needs of a wide range of consumers, personalised propositions, if you like. It includes our G2 flagship, the innovative G Flex, the G Pro 2 phablet, our G Pad tablet, and a new compact model in the guise of G2 Mini. More on that in a few moments. Before that, let's look again at G Flex. This is one of our most talked about innovations. Talked about because G Flex is the world's first real curved smartphone. From its curved design, to its curved display, to the unique curved battery from LG Chem, our sister company, G Flex combines the best of LG's technological capabilities. And we believe it is a first step towards the smartphone of the future. Indeed, some forecasters already predict that up to 40% of smartphones will be flexible to some degree by 2018. And importantly, for us, it's not just curved for the sake of being curved. Its top to bottom curved design offers user benefits that are unique to this form factor. Firstly, the viewing experience is improved compared to that of a flat screen. Much like watching a curved OLED TV, the curved display on G Flex offers an outstanding immersive viewing experience. All the points on the screen are the same distance from your eyes. Importantly, the curved design also renders this big screen much more usable, whether typing or scrolling up and down. It's much smoother due to G Flex's ergonomically designed longitudinal curve. But basically, your thumb follows the curve of the screen naturally. Lastly, and most logically, G Flex is designed to follow the contours of your face, reducing the distance between your mouth and the microphone. So it helps to cut out background noise. So it improves the most fundamental function of any phone, which is, after all, to make calls. And the good news for us is that the global rollout of G Flex has already started. It's now available in many major markets, including selected markets in Europe. Of course, we know that personalisation is not about one size or shape fitting all. And we realise that there's a rapid growth within the big screen segment. And that's why today LG is adding to its G Pro line of phablets. And we're doing this with the introduction of G Pro 2. As a follow-up to that highly acclaimed G Pro, which was recognised by many as the best smartphone at last year's MWC, we have big plans for G Pro 2. We know already that the phablet market is predicted to be big. It's expected to grow sixfold by 2018. So LG has set out to develop the ultimate phablet experience. A device very much that's built for the big world around you. And as such, we believe that G Pro 2 is going to change the way you view, capture, and hear the world around you. Here's why. Firstly, for viewing our big old world, you need a big old screen. The G Pro 2 boasts a stunning 5.9-inch Full HD IPS display. It delivers sharp, true-to-life images. And you really do feel like you've got the world in the palm of your hand. Importantly though, when you look at the device, it doesn't feel like you've got that world in the palm of your hand in terms of size. Far from it. The large active viewing area means that we can maximise screen size whilst minimising the physical size of the device. And customisable settings such as mini view and dual browser let you decide how big you want your world to be. Let's take a look at each of these areas. This near zero bezel design, now synonymous with LG from the launch of G2, really shines through on G Pro 2. It's what provides this device with the largest screen-to-frame ratio, or average viewing area, in the industry. At 77.2%, it's even bigger than the G2, which topped a recent poll on this subject. And although big screen without the bulk is a clear bonus, and G Pro 2 certainly ticks that box, there are times when you're holding a coffee or holding a clicker when you need small screen convenience. So our mini view reduces the screen view to the desired scale, enabling you to comfortably use G Pro 2 with one hand. Once you're done, you just scale it back and enjoy the bigger picture. In a similar way, dual browser is another UX feature that lets you tailor your view. It divides the screen into two separate windows for convenient and easy multitasking. Sometimes, of course, just viewing the world around you isn't enough. Sometimes you want to capture a piece of that world and keep it with you. And G Pro 2's camera is poised, ready to change the way you capture that world. It's equipped with a 13 megapixel camera with optical image stabilizer plus, or OIS plus technology, as well as features such as 120 frame per second HD video recording and natural flash, the type of features normally found on a big digital SLR camera. Let's zoom in on some of these now. The OIS feature on G Pro 2 has been enhanced by 20% compared even to G Pro. And as you'll see when you have a look at the camera in a few moments, you can get steady shots even if you're in a moving vehicle or if you're just taking photos as you walk along the street. And thanks to OIS Plus, it lets the aperture of the camera stay open for longer. There's less camera shake, of course, so that means that you get improved low-light photos. And actually, G Pro 2 lets you capture the world around you in crystal clear detail, regardless of whether it is a still or moving image. If the latter, you choose whether you want to record in HD or stunning 4K Ultra HD. And that's a whole world of detail right there. So, in a few moments when you have a look at the demo session for yourself, you'll be able to see how crystal clear this content looks when you play it back on a 4K Ultra HD compatible LG TV. We have one right over there in the centre of our demo area. You can see some content that's been filmed on G Pro 2 being played back. I mentioned before 120 frames per second HD video recording. This, together with slow motion editing, is just as interesting as 4K HD for the photographer. As you can see, it lets you edit footage at slow motion speeds. There are 3 different slow motion speeds. You can see a couple of them on the screen. Of course, a great camera is not all about capturing a world of detail. It's about seeing the world as it was meant to be seen. A natural flash on G Pro 2 takes 2 photos simultaneously, one with the flash on and one with the flash off. It then takes elements from both, and the result is an improved photo with optimally balanced colour temperature and exposure. And one final highlight of G Pro 2's camera is magic focus. What's magic about it? Well, it allows you to adjust the image's focus points after the photo is taken. And whether it's foreground or background or both, you focus on the points that matter to you, and you get the photo you want. So, you can see for yourself that G Pro 2 is big on camera functions. There are many features on board that change the world of smartphone photography. Features like flash for selfie, that reduces the size of the preview window when you're taking a photo of yourself to offer a bright UI background that functions as a flash. Really insightful details. And I mentioned earlier that G Pro 2 will change the way you view, capture and hear the world around you. So, a word in your ear about that. Excuse me. Our new 1 watt hi-fi sound output is one of the reasons we're confident you'll be wowed by this overall multimedia experience in G Pro 2. It actually represents an improvement of 30% in sound output compared to G Pro. Of course, with more than just music on your G Pro 2, you'll want to keep it safe and sound. And as you bring this world of content into your smartphone, into your phablet, you can use the new content lock feature to guarantee privacy, peace of mind, and making sure that content that you want to keep to yourself remains that way. There are, of course, a world of other features that we could talk about on G Pro 2, more than we have time to cover, but we can't move on without mentioning its design. It manages to maintain the design DNA of our flagship model, G2, thanks to its minimalist looks, narrow bezel, and ergonomic rear key. And yet, it still stands out in its own way. Its metallic lines and subtle good looks combined with a metal mesh pattern on the back to ensure a comfortable, secure grip. And they say the world is getting smaller, yet at LG we see a great big world full of these wonderful sights and amazing experiences we want to capture. And that, I think, is the rationale behind G Pro 2. A phablet that will let you view, capture and manage this world without compromise. And we're not done with our G series just yet. We talked of personalised propositions earlier, products tailored to meet the differing needs of particular users. And that thinking is squarely behind the newest member of the G series family. Let me introduce you, it's in one of these pockets, amazing jacket. Let me introduce you to G2 Mini. As you likely know, G2 was one of the most celebrated smartphones of 2013, with numerous media outlets crowning it the phone of the year. So, with G2 Mini, we have taken the same formula, the same design DNA, the same standout features, and applied these to a more compact cousin. Right from the outset, you can see the family look and feel. A buttonless front fascia with narrow bezel, dominated by a large screen, this time 4.7 inch instead of 5.2 inch Full HD, and around the back, the distinct rear key first seen on G2. And yet all of this in a more compact, pocket-sized proposition. And this family resemblance continues on the inside. All of G2's most popular features, Not Code, Guest Mode, Plug and Pop, are included in G2 Mini. And you might think that with its big battery and large screen, that G2 Mini doesn't seem so, well, mini. And that's true, it's a 4G product after all, and we wanted to make sure that these features were not compromised. But that's the beauty. LG has managed to squeeze a lot into a little and put more into G2 Mini. Why? Because we know G2 is not for everyone. That's why we've gone large with G Pro 2, for those in favour of a phablet. That's why we've included innovation in the guise of G Flex. And this is why we're introducing G2 Mini today. Same style as G2, only smaller. Coming to a close, I just want to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing outside of the G series. And this desire to deliver choice is continued there. Last year at MWC, we debuted our F series of 4G smartphones. If you recall, the F series comprises fast, high-performance 4G LTE devices geared towards the mass market. And this year, well, as we unveil LG F70, this remains very much the case. An affordable 4G product that still provides the large screen, big battery, and powerful quad-core processor that consumers need in order to make the most of 4G services. MWC has also become the home of our L series announcements. And this year, we're lifting the lid on L Series 3, the third instalment of our popular 3G smartphone lineup. With more than 40 million L Series sold worldwide, the first two L Series set a pretty high standard. However, we're confident that LG L40, L70 and L90 will pick up the reins, bringing the benefits of the big screen to this part of our portfolio. They will offer a 3.5-inch, 4.5-inch and 4.7-inch display, respectively. And more than that, they continue the design legacy from L Series models, standing for accessible style, whilst also offering premium features found in our flagship models, such as knock code and plug and pop. All of these features coming right through the portfolio. So, whether it's next generation G series, 4G for everyone with F series, or the third iteration of L series style, hopefully today we've shown that LG has a smartphone for everyone. And thanks to knock code across the range, we can all knock and discover tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your time.